Ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days, and it's been weeks, and Good things there at this canyon right here.
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say that basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.
Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana. And God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining me on this evening. It is 7:50 today on this 21st of June. Over here, live broadcasting you from coming into you from Tijuana, Mexico, to all of you in the United States of America and around the world. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, and thank you. We are live on both platforms. We are live on YouTube, and also we are live on Facebook. Help us fight censorship. That is really critical at what Facebook and YouTube are doing, but we are trying to continue, and we are trying to ultimately continue with our broadcasting and bringing you guys the reality and the truth about what is happening in our borders and also the borders around the world. Venezuela. The topic right now is Venezuela. As we know, Venezuela is going through a horrible situation. The country under communist attack, under a totalitarianism of communism, and ultimately their economy is nowhere to be seen anymore. Minus 36 is their gross domestic product. Imagine being minus 36 on the gross domestic product. Their coin, their money is not even valuable. It's so inflated. Their economy is so inflated that it is not even valuable anymore. Venezuela is going through one of the most horrible situations in years. as their economy drifted back in 1998. And it changed under the last years of Hugo Chavez to communism. And now Nicolas Maduro does not want to change that. He wants to continue with that, that totalitarianism to the automatic destruction of their country. And ultimately, it is for everybody to know, Venezuela was as rich as, as the United States of America. As rich as the United States of America. They did not want it. They did not need anything from nobody around the world. They were complete distributors of petroleum, gasoline, their minerals. It's a country that it was so rich, man. Extremely rich. And now you have a lot of them running away from their country, coming into a lot of countries, going into a lot of countries, not necessarily the United States of America. Ultimately, they're going also to Chile, to Colombia, to Argentina, and also they're going to Uruguay. Also, they're coming into Mexico. They're staying in Mexico. A lot of them are going to Canada. And also, ultimately, they are right now, their priority, another country that is the United States of America. What has happened? In the past days, I have been interviewing, and tomorrow during the week, I will have a special about what really happened in Venezuela. What really happened? We have a migrant from the opposition, from the political party of the opposition, that they know the history about their country. They know when this started and how did it started. And they are going to break down how communism and socialism affects enormously, and it takes away your freedom. It takes away everything. We have fractions of the interview with this family that, was affected, and it's right here in Tijuana. And they're also, talking about the, communistic ideas of how it is affecting countries. As I have told you guys, and I have been completely emphatic about this, the continent of America is under communistic attack. And a lot of people don't want to believe that, but we are under communistic attack. Welcome to everybody that is joining in. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link if you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting. Buy Me a Coffee is on top of the link. Also, we are live on YouTube and we are live at Facebook. So God bless everybody that is joining in and sharing. So this article was released. Not too long ago. It talks about how people from Venezuela, and we're going to open up with this, and we're going to go to the interview that I did to a migrant family that is from Venezuela. And this article was released by El Pitazo, that it says right here, refugees from Venezuela, they're going to Spain, Peru, and Chile. And this is a horrible situation. Why? Because they're searching for refugee all over the world. This is what communism does to a country. They're searching for refugee, not only in the United States of America, but they're searching for refugee all over the world. All over the world. It is not only just the United States of America, as a lot of Americans say, they're coming only to America. No, Venezuelans are coming to all over the world. They want to leave their land. You see this powerful image of a young man holding his daughter. And underneath it says Caracas. It says right here in the article. It says right here. Let me go right here to the article. Right here on the top, right here. It says Joanne Lee. It's an example of two people and their husband. They buried everything on Spain after obtaining the residency for humanitarian reasons. And, they also went to Peru and asked for humanitarian reasons. And they have been in Chile for humanitarian reasons. Now, this is what is going on with all Venezuelan migrants. This is horrible because a lot of people are saying, oh, you know what? William Barr was so direct when he was in the past administration with Donald Trump, he was so direct about what Nicolas Maduro was doing to his country. And William Barr wanted to take out Nicolas Maduro, putting a bounty on his head for $15 million. And we talked about that. So this is actually, one of the examples of what Venezuelan people are migrating to. They're migrating to seas, they're migrating to mountains, they're migrating to all over the place. And we are going to put an interview that I did last week with a Venezuelan migrant right here in Tijuana. For everybody to know, this Venezuelan migrant that I'm putting right here on the screen, it is a migrant that is right here located in Tijuana. She is a professor. She graduated from, education science. So she is, a professor of high school and also university. Ultimately, she dedicated herself to the political stand, and she was a full activist from the right-wing opposition against the left of Nicolas Maduro. This interview we did, Ben Berquam and myself, we did this interview on this particular place, and I will translate what this interview said. This is an important interview because it tells you a lot of what is going on with Venezuelan people arriving to the borders of the United States of America. As they have been arriving to Acuña, where my partner, Anthony, has been reporting. And also, they have been arriving to right now the borders of McAllen, Texas. They have been arriving to all over the place. Why? Because they're escaping communism. And you ask them this question: what do you think about people wanting communism in the United States of America? And they look at you like, the United States? No, the United States is the most capitalist country in the world. You got to be kidding me. That's stupid. Say they let them go to Venezuela. Let them experience communism if they want communism. Look what it says right here.
She's here because está aquí, esta cámara.
Okay.
Usted está aquí por ambas cámaras, cualquier cosa. Usted está aquí por 4 razones.
Por persecución política, me adelantaron mi vida, a mis hijos los golpearon, a mi esposo ya no podíamos salir por pensar diferente a Maduro.
I'm here for political persecution. I'm here because they were taking away my freedom. They were taking away my rights. And because I was against Maduro. Nicolas Maduro, a socialist totalitarian dictator who doesn't want to leave his people alone and who don't want to leave his people free. So this woman, it is of the opposition, as she explains on this interview that she was beaten by the authorities of Venezuela. She was incarcerated by the authorities of Venezuela. And ultimately, she was taken over by the authorities of Venezuela to prohibit her from speaking her freedom of speech that doesn't exist in Venezuela. But ultimately, it tells you how the situation is over there. So she says this. I'm translating there, and she's going to speak again right here to another question. And because of her actions, what happened? Ben Berquam asked. And, protesting against Maduro, what happened? They stopped us, with my, because, what happened, Ben Berquam asked, what happened after you started protesting against these communist agenda? And she says, they stopped us. They took away, they took away our rights. They try to hurt my children and try to hurt my husband. But, because of the opposition, the other political party of the opposition, they fought for us. And now we are here. And, the political party, before they started putting us on every newspaper as traitors, that's what she's trying to explain. They stopped that. They took you to prison? No. We were detained and they were about to take us to the prisons that Maduro has under control, but they didn't take us there. This is my husband. So you're anti-communism? Yes. What has communism done to Venezuela? Look what they say. There's no food.
No tenemos petróleo, no tenemos gas.
And we don't have petroleum. We don't have gas.
Nuestras áreas de nada.
We don't have recreational areas for nothing.
Tus hijos no tienen derecho a la recreación.
Our sons don't have rights for recreation. Total oppression. We don't have no freedom, nothing. It has destroyed our country. There's no freedom of speech. We cannot, express. We cannot protest. We are not even. We don't have our identities archived. There's nothing. We cannot even exercise our political rights. We cannot protest. What do you think about Democrats in America pushing for communism and in the United States of America? And they sound a little bit more afraid to say what they want to feel. But look at her face immediately. And I say, what do you think about the Democrats trying to bring communism into the United States of America?
Que no les permitan que
Don't allow them.
¿Por qué? Porque van a cargar con el país.
Because they're going to end your country.
Los jóvenes al
They're going to take away the future of your young, or your child. They're going to take the future of your kids. They're going to destroy your country.
nosotros un país rico en
We were a rich country on petroleum,
nada.
and we don't have nothing anymore. Nothing. We were a country that was rich. In 1998, they told us that it was going to happen, that it was going to change into communism, and look what it has happened. Exactly what is going to happen in Peru. Peru is under, the communistic ideology, so it's going to happen exactly the same in Peru. This is what I'm saying, people. Like, these kind of interviews, a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand, but it is, it is important for everybody to know this situation. Somebody's asking a question that I really sometimes I don't really need to address now, the audience, but sometimes these kind of questions bother me sometimes. After a long time, after 3 years, I don't understand that sometimes I need to just let go of the live feed and don't put attention. But sometimes, there's questions that I really don't need to answer. You know what? I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer. So this is how the continent of America has turned into. The continent of America has turned into a situation where it is under communistic attack. Evo Morales from Bolivia was more than 12 years in power. You got, the crooked and rigged elections from Honduras, Juan Orlando Hernandez. You got the situation that is going on in Nicaragua that are trying to change it again, with this dictator Ortega. You got the same situation in Ecuador. You got a horrible situation in Venezuela. You got a situation. They cannot control the protests, what is happening in Colombia when we were, talking about that not too long ago. You have a horrible communistic ideology changing with Piñera in Chile. You have an incompetent president in Argentina that he believes that he is a European and he's not from, Latin America. My God, so incompetent and so stupid. You got these kind of people. And also, ultimately, you have the most incompetent president possibly of the continent that is, I defer, but possibly he's on the top 3. That is the Mexican president, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. And you got all these leaders that they are under communistic ideologies. Also, you got Trudeau on the top with Canada. Canada, that is a first-class world country. And now you get the left in the United States of America, that is the communist political party of the Democrats, that they are turning the country little by little into make them people understand that communism, it is the number one solution for everything. So this is an interview that we did not too long ago. We did last week. Let me remove this. This interview. as we did this interview, last week, and it is so amazing. We're going to sit down with these people, and we're going to do an interview where they are going to explain how communism started in their country and how the economy has drifted into a complete destruction in their country. That is absolutely sad. This is why all these people are running away from their country, because of the totalitarianism of communism. And this is another story that happened, in the border. A migrant says that a coyote, a migrant from Venezuela, according to this article by El Pitazo, another article by El Pitazo, it says Lucy, a Venezuelan that crossed to the United States, it says the coyote, she said, the coyote opened a door at the border wall. Wow. A door at the border wall. The coyote opened the door of a border wall. So this is a fictitious name by the name of Lucy. That is her fictitious name. And she says right here, I knew that I was risking my life, but I didn't have no visa, no hopes, no anything. The biggest surprise of this travesty, it was when the coyote took me to the border wall and he opened a door. And a lot of people are saying, well, this migrant crossed illegally and irregularly through a non-port of entry. Yes, it is wrong. But ultimately, that is not the number one thing. The number one thing is how the coyotes and the organized crime have so many ways to enter the United States of America. As I have broadcast before, how they are using ladders, they are using all kinds of things that they are unimaginable for people to understand that these people, they have an ability to cheat on the wall and to basically, go around it. Like, tunnels. One of the first things is tunnels. But ultimately now, this is amazing because you're hearing a person that is saying, you know what? He opened a door at the border wall. Abrió una puerta. He opened a door at the border wall. What does this tell you? It tells you that, practically, possibly, the border wall for the Border Patrol, it looks okay from the far away. But if you get close, they're already made a door for people to make the Border Patrol think, oh, you know what? Yeah, the border wall is okay. It's doing good. It looks okay. It looks like nobody is damaging it. It looks okay. But no, it already had a construction of a door. So it says right here that this migrant, by her, she goes by Lucy. She decided to move out from Medellin, and also, ultimately after that, she went to the border wall, and from there, she crossed illegally and irregularly into the United States of America. She says that being in Colombia, she migrated from Medellin, Colombia to Mexico, and from there, she migrated all the way up. So this is simple things that, things a lot of people don't understand, how the organized crime has taken control of not only they already have control on the other side, that is Mexico, our country, but ultimately United States citizens are really concerned about what is happening at the border on the other side. And right now, a lot of people, it's really difficult for them to understand that the organized crime has control of their land. And really, the Americans need to understand that the organized crime is this close from taking control of the other side of the border. If not, they already have control of the other side of the border. Why? Because the Border Patrol is not stopping this, and not because they don't want to. It is because Washington has said, in an open statement, do not arrest smugglers. Do not do anything to smugglers. Do only, to people and process them. So it is something that is difficult for a lot of people to understand. How are we going to process this, man? Because we're not arresting the smuggler as they are in a water raft, taking, the migrants to the other side, and the Border Patrol can actually pick them up and arrest them. But they're not doing that because Washington has said, you know what, do not arrest them. Do not arrest them. Somebody's asking right here, was this door made on the new border built or an existing border? This was on the new border wall. This was on the new border wall. So, thank you so much for joining. How's everybody doing? Q&A. I will leave the live feed for Q&A. I wanted to do this live feed so we can get this situation with the Venezuelan people, how the situation that is happening, and it's just absolutely amazing what Nicolas Maduro of socialist dictator of Venezuela has done to his country, man. It is just absolutely just amazing what he has done to his country. It is just horrible what he has done to his country. He has completely destroyed his economy, and he has completely destroyed that country. So Q&A, if people want to ask me a real quick question, I will answer, I will answer your question. Also, you can send a question to buy me a coffee. The link is on top right there. If people want to, contribute to our independent reporting, thank you so much. God bless. There's a question right here by Ms. Mina Harrington. It says, Oscar, I wonder if what she called a door was actually a gate. I don't think so. I don't think that is that big. I think that is probably, yes, it is a door. Probably, yes, it is a door. Like, yeah, it can be referred as gate, door, kind of like it resembles the same in our country. So, yeah, I actually can agree with you. Yes. Ms. Jewel Cox says, Oscar, are the Mexican police arresting a rapist? That is... are the Mexican police arresting rapists? Well, of course, all around the country, they need to be arrested. Why not? Yes, all around the country, they are doing that. We have an enormous problem with insecurity towards women. We are number 2 for killings and assassinations of women in Latin America. But, it is undeniably, a problem. But if we go by problems, if you want to take it a little bit there, if we go by problems on rapists, I will compare it to the same situation. Has the United States arrested all the pedophiles because the United States has a big pedophile problem. The United States of America has a humongous pedophile problem. And as a matter of fact, the majority of the prisons in the United States of America, it's a fact. You can fact check me, whatever you want to go. The federal prisons in the United States of America, the majority of pedophiles and, child molesters are white, that they are in federal prison. I'm sorry, it is a fact check. Go over there and fact check me. If you want to go over there and see the percentage, go over there, do your research. But I can actually tell you that. I have read about it. So, there's actually a humongous problem, as Athena Ives, an ex-retired combat veteran, that she was, consistently a person that was defending against child abuse. She was referring to this problem. A lot of people are concerned to what is happening in other countries, but they're not looking at what is happening in our country. And we have a lot of problems in our country with child molestation, with child trafficking, with pedophilia, and ultimately with child abuse. So, it's a situation that is happening everywhere. It's exactly, if I ask you, what the United States has done to stop this, that is growing, that these pedophile rings, that they're humongous in the United States of America. Huge, that they're paying multi-millions. They got islands. They got properties. They got all these kind of things that they're funding. It's kind of like that. Another question. If you guys want to ask me another question, go ahead. Ms. Mary Fairchild says, did they move back the immigrants from the border crossing in TJ? No, they moved them from a space. They were trying to take over the parking lots from the United States, the Mexican customs. Imagine that. So the government came in and they moved them. Immediately they moved them. So it's just a question of time for the government of Baja California to just go over there and tell them, hey, you know what? You guys need to move to shelters. There's a lot of shelters where you can move. There's a lot of places where you can go. So, there's possibilities that you can move to another shelter, but nonprofit organization and activists have control over that area. So, it is a question of time where the government acts and, tells these nonprofit organizations, and particularly the American activists, to just stay away from a problem that is not your problem. This problem is from the Mexican government. You got nothing to do with this. Oscar, do you know exactly what part of the border doesn't have a wall? Well, I have shown so many multiple times. I have walked, I have climbed mountains, and shown you guys where it's open gaps. And over here in the state of Baja, I have shown so many places where, there's open gaps, there's open places where there's no wall. Also, we have been in El Paso and Juarez, and we have been over there, showing how places where there is no, wall. Also in Arizona, there's places where there's no wall. There's a lot of places where there's no wall. So it's just a question of really detailed question to exactly. I have traveled so many places that I have shown, where there's a wall and where there's no wall. And also in Arizona, next to Nogales, we had a big gap where people were just coming in through a dip, through a pond, and it was a dip. And then after that, ultimately, after that, you can see the open gaps. You can see a lot of places where, there's there's places like that. So, it's things like that make you understand, like, oh, these are kind of like the things that make you understand, well, where is locations of open gaps, where's locations of the wall, where's locations where it's open, where's locations of big child trafficking, big human smuggling, big this, big that. So these kind of situations are, really, there are a lot of people have shown that. So, yes, I have shown places where there's openings of the wall. Atomic Blonde says, is Trump a Freemason? Wow. No, but I can tell you Obama is a racist and a terrorist. I believe that is a better response that you were asking. Head chief of deportees, Obama. Separation of families, making cages. Can tell you that. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. So let me just get another question right here. Another question, if you guys want to ask before I go. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue right here for you guys. Thank you so much for joining on this Monday night. Thank you so much for joining on this Monday night. God bless everybody that is watching. Thank you so much. You can follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him at every platform. He's live right now. Well, he's been live the whole day broadcasting from Acuña, Ciudad Acuña, that is close to that is the border, next to Texas. So it is, it's important that you guys go over there and support independent media. And also, thank you so much thank you so much for the support. God bless you all. Follow also Ben Berquam, Real America's Boys News, Will Johnson, Unite America First. Also, Miss Sarah Carter as the Miss Sarah Carter Show. And also, you can follow me as Oscar L. Blue. Thank you so much. Fernando García, Viva México y nada más. Así es, y no hay pa' más. Viva México y nada más. Hasta ahí se quedó. Como no, mi Fernando. God bless you all. Thank you so much. You can follow me at Facebook. Also, you can follow me at YouTube. You can follow me at Telegram, Instagram, and also Rumble. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always your country's first. God bless.
Y ya van días y varias semanas.
He hasn't given no response, and it's been days and it's been weeks, and he has... What do you think, Sarah, this canyon right here?
It's absolutely incredible. I haven't been to Tijuana in a lot of years, and seeing how wide open it is. I mean, I don't know if you could turn the camera around and show everyone just how wide open it is. It's incredible.
A couple of questions. So. Ms. Rashida, what is your opinion on the massive child trafficking that is happening? Y espero logren su objetivo de la justicia a su país. Luchen por su país. Say the best, basically fight for your country. Están bloqueando el acceso. ¡Viva! La Policía Federal o la autoridad nos está deteniendo el acceso y nos está deteniendo el paso para poder cruzar hacia el Zócalo, señores.